you so much, everyone, for listening the podcast, The Creative Circle with Gabriela Tutalo. And I'm so excited today to have here Sara. I'm sorry, Sara.
Hello. How are you?
Good, thank you. I admire so much, Sara. I see all your posts on LinkedIn, and since the first day, I was like, I had to interview her, and I enjoy so much your posts. You have been in magazines.
Oh, yeah. I get around.
I was reading that you study in one of my favorite schools here in New York City, which is the Fashion Institute of New York.
Yes.
And so today we want to learn everything about you, Sara. Share with us how you started, what inspired you. I was reading that your mom is a professional
artist. Yeah.
She have encouraged on you, but tell us everything about you, Sara, please.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot of questions right there. I guess maybe we'll start off with, like you mentioned, my mother, and that's probably where it all started. I go back to my childhood, and she's been a painter about 35 years. She would not say she was a professional, though. She's like, I'm always learning. I don't know it all. And I'm like, that's a great attitude to have, that you're always learning. But yeah, I would have to go back to my childhood about where I got my love of design in general, not only interior design, but design. And she really promoted the idea of creativity in our family. She has 4 kids. I have 3 siblings, and she was a stay-at-home mom. And she was like, I need an outlet for myself. What can I do? And she found it through art. And she started bringing her artwork home. And as kids, we're curious about what she's doing. And that's just really how it kind of grew. I can remember sitting at the dining table, and she had just lots of art supplies on the table. She had paper and paints and jars of water, and really just was like, here, just be creative and paint and just explore your ideas and have fun with it. And that was from a very early age. And I do believe that that's kind of like what built the foundation of my design work itself, because we dealt with composition and color wheel, perspective and scale. And, that's what I deal with every day in my profession. All of those things that I learned from a very young age. So I was very lucky to have a mother who really just helped me find myself creatively and help me become this person that I am today. So thank you, Mom. Appreciate it.
That's so sweet. And Sara, how did you start your journey as an entrepreneur?
Oh my gosh, that has been quite a journey. So I guess I can go back, is that design was not my first profession. I actually was in the medical field for 10 years.
Oh, wow.
As an MRI tech. Now, have you ever had an MRI before?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so? Okay, it's the machine that makes the loud banging noises. And, I did that for 10 years. And then after a certain point, I'm like, I can't sit in the dark anymore, because that's really what it was sitting inside a dark room, doing the exams and stuff. But I couldn't do that anymore. I knew that I wanted to do something creative, because always in my mind, I'm like, I love art. I really want to paint. I want to do something. So it was my husband who said, you should go back to school and do what you love. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is like taking a leap of faith. I'm going to completely shift professions and do something else, which was very intimidating, because I had 2 young kids. And, it was scary
at the time.
Oh my gosh, they were 4 and 7.
Oh yeah.
So, there I was set in my career path as an MRI tech. And then I'm like, I got to start completely over, with 2 young kids. I went back to school to FIT, and, I was a non-traditional student. And all the kids were like, let's go out and party. And I'm like, I got to go home. I got to go take care of my kids and go give them a bath. So I had a completely different perspective going back to school as as an adult. And I think I had a better idea of what I wanted to do. Like I really absorbed everything I learned at FIT. Like I took it in from a different point of view. Before, when I went to college, my first experiences, I was like, I'm going to go party and have fun. This one was like, you know what? I'm really going to focus. I'm going to learn as much as I can. And I did. And I still use what I learned at FIT today. So they did an excellent job in their interior design program. So
They have great programs.
they do. They have a lot of great programs in the creative field. So I would recommend it to anyone.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sarah.
Mhm.
And now, what was like the big challenge during this process of starting um, Sara Design Studio?
Starting a design business? You mean like some of the early challenges?
Yes.
Uh, I would have to say that understanding that what I was doing in interior design was not a hobby, that it was actually a profession. And, you know, when you love something so much, you almost feel guilty, like, I don't want to charge you for it because I love what I do. And so for
Yeah.
a long time, I didn't value what I did. And I didn't really charge people what I should have charged them. But it was over time that I said, you know, this is a skill set. Not everyone has it. And I'm very fortunate to get paid to do what I love. So that was like a mental shift. This is not a hobby. This is a profession. And also one of the challenges was time management, you know, trying to run a business and also be a mother and a wife.
Yeah.
Um, Being able to control your time is challenging. And I could go for hours where I would just design for hours and everything else would be lacking. So there has to be the right amount of balance when you're running a business, that you have to have your work time and then your family time. And you have to know when to cut that off, because, you know, family is, it's a priority. I mean, I know your business is a priority, but there has to be a balance between the two. So I'm going to say those are the two challenges. I still face challenges because I'm always learning as a business owner and learning and growing. So I don't have it all figured out. When I do, I will let you know.
Sarah, thank you so much for sharing this, because I'm a mom too, and I'm a business owner. And when you mentioned this, it's like connecting. And I'm sure many moms out there, business
Right.
owners or designers, or whatever field they are, it's a big challenge.
It is, right. Because you want to succeed in your business, but you also, you know, you have to succeed in your personal life too. So finding that balance is within yourself. You know, I wish I could give more tips on how to do it. I still struggle with it, but as long as you're aware that your time is important, your time is precious, and use it wisely. So that would be my tip of the day.
Thank you, Sarah. And now you have a studio that has a highly qualified and dynamic team of interior designers, architects, and project managers. How do
Mm-hmm.
you feel having this contact with creative minds and brainstorming ideas to transform art
Yeah.
in the houses?
Well, I do have a team of people. If you go on my website, you're going to see pictures of them. And I do that for a reason, because without them, I would not have my business. So I have to recognize what they do and how they support me and my business. And I believe it's important to support yourself not support. It's important that you surround yourself with people who are also passionate about what you do. They want you to succeed. So if you are successful, they will be successful. So creating that team atmosphere. And regarding like your team of people, it's important to know what your strengths are and what your weaknesses are, and to be able to delegate, because I don't know everything. I'm still learning myself, learning a lot about design. And when you bring in a team of people who take over those weak areas, they really elevate your business. So it's important to surround yourself with people who are very skilled in their area of expertise. And that's the reason why I selected my team of people. I've got Megan, who deals with product designs, Emily, who is my design assistant, who really helps me out. She does the things that I don't want to do. And we have Travis, he's the computer guru. He likes to call himself that. And then Amila, who is, he's from Sri Lanka, and he does remote work. So he does my rendering. So, I mean, I got a team of people around the world, technically. So that's exciting.
That's the beauty of the technology, right? And this transformation that we have. We have good things with all these changes in the world for all the companies, because I think that everyone, small to the huge companies, face something challenging in 2020, but also we learn new things.
Yeah, you have to be able to transition with the times, and if you don't, then you'll get lost. You know, you have to still be able to stand out. And like for interior designers, a lot of them move towards online designing or e-design services because we couldn't go to people's homes. So we're like, okay, how can we still keep our foot in the door? We can design virtually, and a lot of people are successful at that. Some of them are also creating online courses. Like not e-design, but like for me, I'm actually looking into creating an online course, and I'm just getting started. So I'm doing my research because I do feel like I have a lot to teach people and show them, and I want to be able to give that out to the masses. So that's one of my goals for this year and next year, is to create an online course for interior design.
We are looking forward to see that course.
Yes, I already have a name for it. I don't know if I can tell you because somebody may steal the design name. I'm going to keep it a secret until the course is ready. But yeah, it's going to be really cool. It's going to be tips, tricks. You know, for me, there's a lot of science behind interior design because I have a science mind. I was in the medical field. I like to process things, and yeah, I'm excited about making this accessible to the everyday person, you know, is sharing my love of interior design.
Thank you. And how did you find inspiration for that love that you have for design?
How did I find inspiration for my love? I think it has to go back to my childhood again, you know? Are you wait, is your question about
like I know
my clients?
Yes, I know you are very passionate about design. You are very talented, creative, but I'm sure that sometimes you have to find like okay, I have this client and they need this in certain way. And how you find that inspiration of like concentration or focus or whatever name is?
Oh gosh, that's a good question. You know, every client is so different. They all have different ideas for their homes. They all have different inspiration. And so my job is really just kind of guide them from inspiration to what is your design style. And that for me it's a process of showing them how to do it. We use Pinterest boards or you source images online, but it's really, I have them grab images from all over the internet and put them in like a presentation form so that they understand their style. It's not for me to say, okay, I'm going to copy what you like. It's, do you understand your style? Because that's step one. You have to know what you like. Then once I see all of those images, I am able to see an overall vision. Like there are certain words that pop out when you see these boards. You'll be like, oh, that's elegant. That is colorful. That's casual, coastal. You know, it's descriptive words that are, you look at the boards and right away you know the overall feel for the space. So that's how I design with all of my clients, is creating inspiration boards of things that they like in order to get them to what is your style. So that's how we work at Tweeshare Designs.
And I was reading in one of an articles about you, and I like it very much when you mentioned that the accessories in houses are the jewelry.
They're the finishing touches as well. Yes, they really complete the room design. And it's not one of my favorite things to do. I hate saying that. I like the 90%. I like the big picture stuff, the sofas, the rugs, the lighting. It's the accessories that can oftentimes get overwhelming because there are so many options.
Mm-hmm.
So what I like to do is go to stores where I can see it, I can grab it and take it with me rather than sourcing online because there's, as I said, there's so many options. So I like to go to local stores for the accessories and kind of do that in a 1 or 2 shopping day thing, not overthink it. You know, these are accessories. They're meant to be pretty, not really do much. I mean, they do have an impact. So I do have an idea when I go into somebody's home to accessorize. But I have to be honest, it's not my favorite part of interior design.
And then when you like you paint everything like walls, doors, and ceiling one color for a reason.
Yes.
What is that reason behind of that?
Well, that is called wrapping the room. And the reason why designers do it, and myself included, is that it has a calming effect. So when everything is all one color, it's just, it's calming to your eye. And that's why a lot of people do it.
I see.
Have you been using that? Have you done that before?
No, but I was reading that you were using like that style, but I couldn't understand if it's like the reason, because sometimes I heard that if you want to look your space bigger, like what you can do, which colors to use, or what kind of furniture, etc. So
Yeah.
interesting to know all those tips.
Yeah, there are a lot of tips. Yep.
Yes. And for all the persons or new marriage couples or someone who just bought their houses, what would you tell them as a tip? Or
Oh my gosh, I've got lots of tips here. Okay. I guess I want to focus more on the people that are buying a new home nowadays.
Mhm.
Um, you know, there's a lot going on with COVID, and it feels like there is a frenzy to buy a house. Like everybody's like, I got to go find a house, I got to buy it. And what I'm seeing on my end is that they are over purchasing. They're paying too much for a home, and they're going outside their budget, and then they're not able to do the design inside the house. And that's, you know, I feel bad about that because they have this beautiful home, but they can't do the interiors. They can't do it all in one shot like normally you would hope to do. And I guess I have a lot of suggestions for them. You know, you can design it in stages. You don't have to do it all at once. Prioritize the rooms. Which of the rooms are essential? What do you need to get done? What can wait? What can you put on the back burner? So doing it in stages is important. Taking your time, you know, you don't have to do it all at once. You need to live in the house a little bit, kind of get the feel for it and see how you live in the space. What else? If you really are on a budget and you're trying to furnish your home, you can use e-design services. You know, as I said, a lot of designers are designing virtually. And as long as you don't mind doing some of the legwork, that will be a way to maximize your budget on furnishing your home. And I guess one of the other ones is, I mean, I don't want to give out free tips like this, but you can use free resources. You know, you got Restoration Hardware, they're designing for free. You got West Elm is doing the same thing. A lot of those companies are offering free design services, you know, with the intention that you will purchase something from their store, you know, but those free services are excellent because they usually do the design layouts of your home for free and give you some ideas. And that's one way to also maximize on your budget. So hopefully that helps people who are buying houses at this time and they want to do the design on the inside, but you know, their budget's already been stretched when they just made the biggest purchase of their life. And hopefully this will come in handy for them. So
thank you. I wish I knew it before.
Really? Did you just buy a house?
Well, no, now 2 years ago, but we didn't know anything about all these resources, and this e-design that you mentioned, it's so cool.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's
And it's very accessible. You just sit at your computer and they show you the options, and you don't have to go anywhere. Yeah. So there are a lot of really great options nowadays if you want to design design your interiors. You just have to do a little research and find what works for you.
yes, yes. And have you worked in big projects like for commercials, like
Commercial
stores?
spaces? I have not done that. No, I think that would be something really cool to do. I did do it in design school. Like one of the projects was designing a restaurant, and I would love to do that. So if anybody out there wants to do their restaurant or business, that I would be open to that. That's a different animal. It's not in the residential side. But I do find that very interesting. I would like to do that one day.
Well, I'm sure many people will hear this conversation and they
I
will.
hope so. My phone will be ringing. Please come to my restaurant. Yeah.
Sara, thank you so much for all the tips that you provide us, for your time, for your kindness to accept this conversation. And we are where we can find you, like your social media. I know you have your website. I'm going to post your website in the YouTube video and in the podcast.
Okay.
Any other resources that we can find you?
Instagram, it's at stweegere.com. Stweegere. Yeah, I think Instagram is one of the major platforms for interior designers now. So go to Instagram, look for my name, you'll find it.
Great. Thank you so much, Sara. Any did you want to add something else to all of us?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I guess maybe an inspirational tip of the day. It is important to be present in the moment. A lot of times we get caught up in work and the craziness, and you're not focusing on what you're doing. And then the days pass, and then you're like, what did I do today? Every day I try to meditate and start my day fresh, and also keep in mind to be present, because there are many good things going on that you may miss. And you should definitely enjoy life and live it to the fullest. So that's my motivation of today.
Oh, I love it. Thank you so much, Sara.
You're welcome.
You.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, and definitely we will contact you. And thank you all of the persons that are taking their time to listen to this podcast and to watching our YouTube videos. Now you will have all the information of Sara. I will post the links for her Instagram and her website and all the areas that you can find her.
Wait, is this going to be on YouTube? You're going to post this video on YouTube?
We can just leave it in podcast if you want.
Okay, good, because I did not dress up. I'm wearing like a goodbye t-shirt.
If you want, we just leave it in podcast, in the podcast.
We'll discuss after we hang up.
Okay. Okay, thank you everyone, and we will see you in the next episode.
All right, thanks, Gabriela.
You're welcome. Thank you, Sara.
Yep.
Now. Bye.